Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing over there? I hope your lives are improving and your decision-making process is improving on a daily basis. The more you watch the show, the more you get better, and that is the intention of this show. Now, today, we are again revisiting a topic that we once did, though from a different perspective, okay? There is an episode or a show we did about stingy men and love. And I remember what Benjamin said. Benjamin told me and told you that if you're a man or a woman and you're stingy, stay away from love, right? That is what Benjamin said, and it is very true. Love has an aspect of generosity. Now, today, we are talking to ladies. How do you measure if a man is stingy, yet again, you should not show him that? Ladies, you should not show him that you are after the money. Think about it. Benjamin.
Hello.
Is it possible?
It is. Do you know, women are afraid of appearing money-minded, materialistic, just after what the guy has. That's a province for the young, confused kids who need to be given a life by some sponsor or some guy renting a house for them, giving them creature comforts and shoes and weekends and money and pocket money, and they sell their soul for that. Nobody gives free things in this world. If you're being given money and you thought it's free, my friend, you are paying more than the money you're receiving. Many think they can get away with it. You can't just get away with it. That's the province for those who are dependent and lazy. I'm trying to describe who wants a man's money. Who is after what they can get from you. The women who are lazy and they don't want a life. They don't want to build a life because it's hard work, to study, to look for the work, to do the saving, to do the planning, to do the searching, do. So they want you, the guy, to buy her the shoe, the trip, the car, the everything. And so they focus mainly on what they're getting from you. The third group. The first group is the immature, the foolish. That's the first group. Mainly they're in colleges and universities. And a friend of mine who runs houses tells me, these cow brokers, they sell cows, they get some 50,000. They get a kid from college, they rent her out there, pay 1 month and deposit. And they use her for 1 month and disappear. So she's left there stranded, locked out, and all that. So it's a pattern that happens. When you run single, when you build houses and you want to accommodate students, be careful. Some of it is very chaotic because it's some guy somewhere coming to put her in the house and disappearing after a month. So many of them are that naive and cheap. And unfortunately, I'm meeting more cases of people got infected with STIs, things that cannot be cured through that carelessness. So the first group is the biggest, the college group. The second group is the materialistic, lazy women who want the man to give her the good life. I'm going to give you the third group because you don't expect it. This group of women are working on their own. But they are being taught by their mothers and some culture that it's the man who's supposed to take care of her. They're the ones who say, my money, I have my money, but mine is mine. Your money, but yours is now ours. Those are the women. They come from a group, they come from a mindset that was taught that it's the man who's supposed to pay everything. You have your money, but just enjoy yourself with your money. Those three people, we try to avoid them. The enlightened men will avoid them. The enlightened. Normally, the moment you date a woman and you sense that she's not a team player, she's a tick to suck the blood, to be carried through. Save yourself. Life has other battles. Are we together? Don't marry another battle. Are we together? The reason men are losing battles of life, there have been a lot of questions why men die earlier than women. One reason is we take onto ourselves unnecessary battles. We add to the already assigned battles of being a man. Okay? When you hear the ululations and the joys of a baby being born, if it's a boy, that's not a joy, it's a war cry. Always remember, I want you. Boys are not born to enjoyment and joy riding and marry. Boys don't do merry-go-round. Women do it there in the castles and in the children play. But at the back of your mind, figuratively remember, boys are born to battles. Being a man, you are forefront there. Terrorists target men. Pornography targets men. Football gambling targets men. Men are targeted 9 out of 10 of all societal weapons and destructions. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 of destructive lifestyles and habits target men. Tell me one which targets women only. You take a lot of research to find it. Yeah. It's just gossip. Gossip is targeted mainly too. Now, let me tell you a few so that you don't go out empty. One is gossip. Soap opera. What else? Telenovela. The addictions that are targeted to women are soft. They're soft things, man. Yeah. Can you imagine? Where women are targeted with soaps, men are targeted with pornography. Where is the comparison there? Surely. Brother.
Look at that.
Where men go to football dens and casinos and gambling corners, women gather in salons. Surely. Mm-hmm. Where is the fairness here? Another pain women experience, and sometimes it threatens their life, is when they're giving birth. They're also targeted there during the maternity experience. But can I give you the contrast? The army, the war front, the terrorism, the guns and grenades and bombs are made basically for men. It's men who are in front, war front, battles. So it's true. Women may be fighting for their lives during childbirth, but the man is fighting for his life in the face of a gun. When a baby boy is born, it's war. I'm using all these cases to prove to you that, brother, your life is hard as it is. Don't marry another hardship. Yeah. There's no allowance for having a hardship marriage. Are we together? Mm-hmm. All companies give allowance for, semi-arid areas. Commuter allowance. You give an allowance for many things, but not for hardship in marriage. If you sign up for that one, you are alone. It is buyer beware. It's as it is, where it is. Read what you are getting into. And be careful. Why we sign up bad women, they feel good in bed. Now, you didn't want me to say that. Most men will marry bad women because it feels good at night.
Yeah.
When the lights are off. When the world can't see. I know a guy who was dated a toxic woman for 8 years. Faithfully. He is still faithful to this day. It was the lady who told me. I don't know the guy, just... She explains her behavior. And you pity. But I don't know whether we needed a show or we should make it. Why good men marry bad girls?
Yeah.
Good-hearted men. And he's very loyal and persistent. And so he has undertaken the parenting role. Mm-hmm. And because she's difficult to tame, that challenge of taming her makes him feel like he undertakes the challenge. Don't marry a challenge, my brother. Are we together? Mm-hmm. This world has other challenges. So, man, as a man, you are afraid. You don't want those 3 categories of women. Avoid them as far as you can. Yeah. One way to avoid is avoid marrying. I thought I gave you one of the simplest formula is you don't want a woman who asks for money directly. Mm-hmm. Who directly tells you send me money for salon, send me money for shoes, for rent. The moment she asks for money directly, vamoose. Are we together? That's another battle you're trying to sign up for. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to instruct the men first, then go to the women. Okay. The other thing about you as a man to avoid a materialistic, selfish, non-team player, twisted, mentally warped, feministic, toxic femininity. Ideas, toxic femininity mean ideas about being a woman are sick. Mm. Like she should just be given. Is when she asks for money directly. The other thing is when she can see a clear need and she won't contribute. Mm-hmm. You are stuck in a hotel, for example, incidences happen. Your phone switches off and you wanted to pay through phone. And there's no way you can charge it. And she's just seated there waiting for you to struggle with the situation. You need to see a person who jumps in to help. Maybe you're on the road and the car's an issue and she's just saying, I have some money here, you can send somebody to, you know. Sometimes cars misbehave, even when they're new. They can't just misbehave. These are mechanical things. The alternator is not charging the battery, so we switched off and it has gone off. The battery is okay, but the battery is something that meant a few money to run logistics and correct the issue. You know, the other day my friend's car switched off. We wanted to use it to go somewhere, so it switched off. Actually, he was dropping me home. I passed by his place, was just taking my walk past. Then when you want to go, it can't go. Now I ran, pick my came, we started. Sometimes the simple logistics can tell you whether the woman is a team player. Yeah. Are we together? Whether she's willing to give her value, her money, whatever, to make it work. As a man, you will have contracted the issues. Men die early in life because they are fighting on two fronts. I thought I should repeat that warning. Yeah. When you fight out there and you fight back at home, you can't win. You'll be exhausted very soon. You will die of exhaustion. You will die, and society will just... they won't know what you are going through. Yeah. Most gentlemen don't announce their families, okay? Gentlemen keep it quiet, and they die quietly. Because they're gentle, they don't want to expose. They're trying to deal with the situation. Society thinks he is bad, because he has been painted as bad. Yeah. If you marry wrong, you'll have given a woman the steering wheel. Huh? She will paint the story that favors her. And you don't have the time to correct it, because she has more time to tell people. You are busy. You leave in the morning, come in the evening. You're trying to push things forward. Don't sample women in bed. You will make the worst mistakes on earth. If David was thinking without being inflamed sexually, he would see Bathsheba is not available. That's another woman's wife. Another man's wife. And you will not get into... But because he was making decisions when he's on fire. David's story is a warning. Yeah. Samson and David made similar mistakes for different reasons. For David, it was pure desire for sex. Huh? Be careful, brother. When flags are flying half-mast. It's not a good time to sing the national anthem. Are we together? We will not crack down the masculine code lest we give our secrets to the other gender. But be watchful. When you hear the monsoon winds flying, don't always untie your ship, your boat, and launch into the ocean. Check what time it is. What was my journey? Not every wind requires you to start sailing. Are we together? Yes. Point taken. Don't launch. Samson blundered for a very hidden mistake. There was not much of sex going on between Samson and Delilah. It's not even explained there. Imagine. Samson blundered because not of the sex. Now this is ego, fatigue, tired. It's a problem with champions. He has been winning and conquering battles and fighting 1,000 men. But there's a time he lost the other woman. Now he meets another one and he has a point to prove that does not lose. He is not a loser. Yeah. Men marry wrong when they have a point to prove. They have not healed from previous losses. They have not reconciled with the fact that they are winning here and losing here. Have you seen big leaders who are flying career-wise, but their family life is so chaotic, messy, it keeps embarrassing them and eventually destroys them? Yeah. Samson's story. By the way, he was the judge. Judges were like governors. He was the governor, you know. And his family life was just messed up. Powerful, strong, arbiter, leader. But he's holding on to the wrong woman so that he does not lose twice. Learn to take losses without taking them personal. Okay? Yeah. Some losses actually set you free. When you lose the wrong woman, you are free, my brother. I lost. It's a woman I thought this is the one. And I had pursued with all my energy. And she dismissed me with an insulting ease. You know, sometimes people reject you with a struggle. You see them crying as they tell you no. So you feel a little bit comforted that they also feel for you. That is one situation of being rejected with a lot of sorry. There's a girl who rejected me that way. The high school story. She was actually empathetic. she compliments how nice a guy you are, and she just can't feel the connection, but you're such a nice guy. So you take the rejection with the sugar coating. This other case, there was no sugar coating. My friend, what are you talking about? Me, I thought we are just friends. Can you stop joking? You know, you're taking the person so seriously. The way they take you casually is insulting. They dismiss you. Get out of here, my friend. So, as a man, don't subscribe to another battle. Now, let's go to the women. You are afraid of marrying a man who can't buy anything, who can't take responsibility, who has no instinct to give. Forget your birthdays, or gives you a card of 5 shillings. My brother, cards out of date. This time when you started, I was buying my F card. I realized they don't move her. She said, you see, I wanted something from you. This card is somebody else designed. It came out with what? But when I take flowers, now that is creative. Some of these flowers last for a few days and they dry up.
Yeah.
But the moment, while it lasts, the other flowers, of course, that are artificial, they last. But as you learn, there's another evolution. These women want creativity. They want thoughtfulness. Now, I'm still hoping one day I'll be able to buy a cloth. I'm still trying to learn.
I'll teach you.
Now I'm somebody to help me now. Nowadays I can only buy when you get with her. She tries it and I pay. But I want it to be a surprise one day, man. And then their measurements vary depending on the material. Yeah. So I thought I can take so it is 15 by, I don't know, the material changes. You know? And then you see a cloth and then it is fitting down, you feel more confused and frustrated. Because you would not have guessed. I started observing that story with my sisters. I find the clothes on the hanging line and I can't tell which one is whose. Yeah. The top is very small. This one. So, women want creative giving. So why does she want a man who has an instinct for giving? To give. So that, because romance requires to be spoiled and made to feel special and given. Love, by definition, is about giving, spoiling, making her feel special, making her feel attended to, sacrificing for her sake. Love itself is in all forms sacrificial giving. Uncomfortable. Sacrificial just means uncomfortable. You give when it is not very comfortable to you. All giving involves money, time, attention, creativity. So women of today, they have evolved to where if you buy supper, she's happy. Thank you, Baba Rani, for bringing us supper. Yes, a good man. They appreciate supper, but they don't say it. It's your duty. She appreciates your responsibility. But, brother, don't expect a lot of claps. Okay? Nowadays, if you buy your boys supper, hey, my guy. At home, there's nothing like that. It's your duty. What is given compliments is what you go now to creativity. And I told you the other day, when you get married, get ready to be hands-on, to make sure the store is full of food, kitchen has what is needed, the water dispenser is equipped, everything's there. A woman wants a man who has that sensitivity, because she cannot be the one to tell you every day that the bulb is out, that this thing needs to be done, the fee needs to be paid, the cloth is required, she needs a salon. And I told you to one thing, commit. Even if your woman happens to be president, Zulu, she's climbed to presidency and she's pay her salon. You will lose your authority as a man if you stop paying the feminine things. The most feminine things. It varies with many women, but you can learn what matters most to your woman and make sure you install yourself there. That is where you attach your masculine presence. Okay? Make sure there are things, and she'll be very happy to let you. Do you know that? She'll be very happy to let you take over that part. So simply take her bill for, according to how you are evolving financially yourself. Not her. Are we together? I'll tell you where she comes in, where she comes to help. But there are some things, in order to remain the husband, the one on her mind, the one she's there, for her heart to remain with you, your pocket. God loved until he gave. He did not love until he sang a song. Songs are important, but they can't replace practical old giving. Responsibility, okay? The woman should never have to worry about, there's some things are determined, she can add to, but I will do the basic. Are we together?
Yeah.
She can always add another twist. But I want the shoes she's wearing, the clothes she's wearing, and the hair. I want to be doing it. I can't buy enough clothes. The fashions of women are trendy. They change very much. But I want to be the one irresponsible for her dressing. If she wants to add her own, it's okay. She can always add another shoe, add another hair. But she knows we have agreed what is your average bill of dressing per month or per this period. That is mine. Are we together? And I told you to house your family. Aye?
Yeah.
Brother, she can now add to the mortgage, can add to the money, but I want you to be forefront in the neighborhood. You want the searching, the practical, the amount of money, your plant. There's a guy of mine, a friend of mine, he's in the law, the guys who came from law school. He's a magistrate, and I like the way he's just forefront. He taught me how to hunt for lands, how to hunt for what your family needs, and he's in front there. The wife feels so motivated, says, yeah, I think I can also get this amount of, can I actually apply a loan? And you find that himself, he was out there hunting. The woman throws 40% of the whole bill, 40%. Says, I think I can get like 3M, no problem. Yeah, and she gives the money. And the guy did not say, she just saw how he's out there in the planning. So I think we should also get at home. I'm looking, what is the bill so far? Yeah. Their financial management is, they get what needs to be done, you chip in the way you can chip in, I do the rest. You understand? That's their finance. To do financial management have styles among couples. There are those people pull together, then they send it to the needs as it is. Others divide responsibilities. You take this, I take that. But I told you, if you do 50-50, you split bills, you have also split what? The love, the responsibility, you are not special. We are doing equal. Yeah. Why should she think you are any leader? Brother, stay forefront. That guy, I like him. He is forefront. Even in matters spiritual, in matters what? He is forefront. They are both working, but he does not keep nagging. So how much are you paid? What are you doing? He expects the woman to have the instinct to know where we are as a family, and we are discussing every day. Yeah. We are discussing every day what is next for us. Where are we next? How she can contribute. Keep saying, yeah, I think I can get this amount. I can get this amount. I like the harmony in that couple, man. They don't have to pull. Sometimes you don't pull because you start earning before the other starts earning, or this, or this, or this. As long as the hearts are together, the money will eventually come together. People argue about money because their hearts are not together. There's no trust. It's suspicion. So, you, I know you. Where is your put your suspicion? You know. So there's some things I said. As long as I'm the husband and God has given me the ability, I will make sure that department is mine for good. We can imagine with women you can shop twice for the clothes, twice a year, and this is enough. Imagine. It's not every day, every week you get a new clothes. Every now and then you find a new dress somewhere passing. But if you plan the proper purchase of new outfits to face out the ones that were how we are changing, you can actually do it with a plan. Or you simply say every month I'll put a small amount aside. So you need to have that upkeep for your woman that contains that hair, that shoe, the basic dressing, so she can feel you. Literally in her life. Be careful. She can take long to unlove you, but once she realizes this is a useless guy here, how does he help my life? If it gets there, you are done. All women can get there, even the most loving. Are we together?
Yeah.
All women. Don't say mine is so loving. Don't take love for granted. You must cultivate it. Keep winning her heart. Let her see your effort. I told you the other day, and we'll discuss more other ways in which you can be there for human. Remember things that pertain to her. For example, remember her car insurance. Check her car, it needs to be attended. Things that pertain to her. Show you yourself, be forefront. Surprise her by how you take care of things without her having to worry about them. Yeah. Be hands-on. Solve problems. Sometimes it's mere logistics. She needs to feel secure. That's a guy she can call and everything is sorted. That alone, my brother. When there's a child, when you get a child, be the one who is closer, hands-on. You have won that woman's heart by half. 50% of your work is done when you are hands-on with the child. They feel wow. They brag about it. They feel so nice. When the kid is taken care of and you are there, you are hands-on, you are playing together, you are taking care. Does not mean you are staying at home every day. But you're in charge. You are hands-on. You're on the ground. I want to drop my kids to school all the time. I want to take them to school, check their temperature, check whether they're coughing, check which medicine did what. When I'm like this with the children, of course, sometimes the mother may have more time because I'm breastfeeding, maybe I'm running to work. But your presence can be there because of the way you attend to duties. How you create those times in the evening, in the morning, how you pray over your family, how you check their needs, how you check out their... being hands-on, brother, it's irreplaceable. Even if your woman is a president, it's not complicated, brother. People keep saying, this working women are hard to learn because you are a fool. You don't want to learn their needs. Women's needs can't be substituted by money. Yeah. The Beyoncés of this world, the Oprah Winfreys of this world, the moneyed women, money will never handle life, the things I'm discussing, the emotional, the needs, the attention, the reliability, the day-to-day grinding of life cannot be replaced with money. Be present, and you will win our heart throughout. I'm talking about healthy women. We started by the unhealthy ones and we removed them from the picture. So as a woman, do the following. In order to know whether the guy has these qualities you are discussing, you need two things: subtlety and wisdom. Subtlety is, don't be obvious, don't ask directly, okay? But observe his readiness to pay, to meet needs, to respond for financial needs without being asked directly. Imagine that is the key. That is the key. People are looking for big things. And that is easy. Bramwell, when you love a woman, you are very eager. Yeah. You're very eager to pay. She's the one who stops you. True or false? True. That is true. When you love a woman, your eagerness is to just jump in, handle the situation, handle the situation, handle the situation. And you don't care about... You see, Bramwell, when I want to impress a woman, I do everything in my whatever need comes before me is an opportunity to show that I'm a man enough. True or false? True. When you're interacting, you will see situations will come up. Some logistics, some taxi that didn't need to be paid. You know, maybe she was in the office that were relocating for, or she was sent to a trip somewhere, or something. When you're interacting, that 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, you're talking, things will come up that need logistics. Let the woman sense how eager you are to help without being asked. That is the instinct. Okay, it can be faked. There are men who give like that in the beginning, and they don't mean it. You can predict whether in the future he's willing to pay fees by the way you talk, by discussing. And the other way you can predict, okay, we are saying there are men who can pretend that they're a giver to love bomb you and pay everything early on in the day-to-day things that don't involve a lot of money. How do you know it then whether you will build a home for the family, whether he's willing to pay the higher bills, whether he's willing to pay school fees for the children? As you discuss, you can sense its attitude. And number 2, you can see whether he is development-minded in his personal life. We said a man's house cannot be empty. Yeah. If the house is empty, the head is also empty. He is not sensitive. He is not developmental. You should see him, you should see signs of progress. We are not saying state-of-the-art furniture. No. We are saying basic amenities according to what he's earning. You should see shoes, see a seat, a bed. People can start without a bed, but you don't expect them to marry without a bed. They're not ready yet. Let them journey a little bit. By the time they're trying to date you, you should see some maturity. Okay? He should know how the price of furniture. He has asked, he knows around. So you can see how whether he has developed himself according to what he has, what he has achieved, what he has done. It's not, and I said it's not always the scale of the things he has done. It's the fact that he has worked a job for a year, for 2 years. It's the fact that he has done a degree, the fact that he has done a master, the fact that he has built this business, the fact that he has, always is not always the car. The cars come later. There are those who have the cars already by the time you meet them, and it's a good sign that they are mindful of progress. But many people is subtle things, but you can see this was effort. You can see what they have progressed to their life. So it's always 3 signs. Readiness to pay when needs come up without being pestered and without hiding or ducking their head. The other thing is, as you talk, does he sound like he's eager to finance his family's welfare? Who are his role models? Check his father, his family. What example has he seen? And do you hear him saying, I must correct that, I don't like that? Are we together?
Yeah.
Number 3 is in his personal development. Can you see milestones and proof of personal progress? Yes.
I like that, Benjamin. There is this category of men, in order to feel special, they must always pour money to those girls. They always have this sense of feeling feeling needed. They want to be needed all the time.
Thank you for bringing that up. Make sure as the man meets the needs, he is not bribing you, blinding you with money.
Mm-hmm.
Money is a sign of sociability and creates pleasure and generosity. The wise use money to lubricate social interactions. They pay what is necessary during situations. They pay the lunch, pay the taxi. They ask for the drinks. Hey, give us some soda, give us, what will you take? You can see generosity because of the way they use it to create merriment and connection and ease. The manipulative, on the other hand, use money to corner you.
Yeah.
They give you too much too soon. They send you money on your phone when it was not called for.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody suddenly sends money, that's awkward. The wise respond to needs. And as I told you as a man, don't avail yourself to exploit us by just giving cash. No. Pay for the situations as they come. There's a lady who asked me whether she has been seeing this guy, I don't know, for a year. They just meet occasionally and the guy has never given her a fare back home and she's working. Nobody should give you fare, my friend. You are searching just like he's searching. You are a candidate just it's like he's a candidate. Your movements are for your own interest. Yeah. Do we try to bribe you to interest you in dating? Why do you want to be motivated? You want to be given incentives to show up. If you're looking for a husband, the looking is your responsibility. Yes. Are we together? This is bottom line. Can we stop being too imaginative? You're hoping God to meet a good guy and you plan to be meeting Kisumu. Pay your fare or flight to Kisumu. Handle your logistics. Meet on a plain table. Neutral. Nobody's under obligation. Mm-hmm. What if he pays for your fare and all that and he wants a kickback? He wants an appreciation for his effort. It's better when you meet on a neutral ground. You see his generosity when he pays the lunch, he's paying. You know, a gentleman wants to host a lady. Mm-hmm. You know, thank you for coming in. What will you take? A gentleman. But if a guy insists on paying what he has eaten, you pay what you have eaten. Pay and go for good. Are we together? Yeah. Yeah. So the difference is you don't start expecting cash money before we go anywhere. How far we are in the relationship also matters. Mm-hmm. When we are still in elementary initial stages, you just expect a general generosity from a gentleman. Mm-hmm. From a gentleman point of view. And as I told you, I always wanted to pay what we eat at the date, mm-hmm. what we take. Mm-hmm. The girl I came to marry one time we met and apparently she's full, I'm also full. We took 1 can of yogurt. That was the cheapest date I ever attended. She said there's no need for taxi, we took matatu. The date ended and I still had a lot of money. I'm wondering, what happened today? The other times I have to ask for Tala to assist. That day I paid her matatu fare because I'm loading. I just did not ask, I just paid it. No, you did not have to pay it. Because I'm still have extra. This lady is very easy to maintain. Man, I said, this is a good sign. Good sign. Thumbs up. This one is, you want a lady who's also easy maintenance, eh?
Yeah.
She's high class, but she's not expensive. There's a difference.
Yeah.
People used to fear these big vehicles like Mercedes-Benz, thinking they are guzzlers or they. Nowadays, vehicles are being so made so that they don't even consume that much. Mm-hmm. You know, one guy was driving a very small car, Demio. So he said, a friend of mine was driving a Prado. He's telling him, you will spend so much money. Then they were going far away. They go to Meru and come back. They come back. The Prado guy spent, I think, 3,500. The other guy, that $5. This one said 4,500. Because they're moving very fast, so he's pushing this small car to the limit. Yeah. The other vehicle, they're moving fast, 100 or 120, but it's comfortable on those speeds. Big vehicles, high-class women are not always high maintenance. Mm-hmm. Is the standards you want for life. Okay?
Yeah.
There's no problem in small cars. I'm just using this as an illustration. Is don't always say a woman who's learned, who has a car, who has this house, I can't afford. No. Many of them are very contented. But they also want to know that you're a generous, you're a giver just like them. Yes.
Are you a generous guy? Are you a generous lady too? Ladies, remember, when money is your everything, you're about to lose your everything too. Thank you for watching the Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.